Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sigil, and today we are going to be reviewing a little video from a channel called What If. Many of you probably already heard of this channel, and if you have, please leave a like. Do subscribe to the channel. Love to have you on board. And today we're going to be doing What If Earth Were Sucked into a Black Hole. I can already tell you, pretty bad. And judging from the image on the screen, yeah, let's get into it.
Could a black hole devour us all one day? There are
Maybe.
millions of them out there, just waiting. And if we happened to make a black hole accidentally, well, you better fasten your seatbelts.
You know, I remember that being a concern about, like, the CERN. You guys probably remember that because, like, a lot of people were afraid that the CERN might actually do something as crazy as that. I don't think that myself. But then again, it is an interesting question. What would happen if we were sucked into a black hole? Or, like, what if a black hole just somehow managed to, like, appear? So, yeah, either way, it wouldn't be good.
Things are really going to suck. Literally. What would we see if we got pulled into a black hole? Could Earth orbit the sun and a black hole?
I doubt it.
And would we survive spaghettification?
Yeah, that's a word.
This is What If. And here's what would happen if Earth were sucked into a black hole. Just 3,000 light years from Earth is a black hole visible to the naked eye. Thankfully, we're a safe distance from this stellar black hole and many others like it. There are...
You know, that's crazy to think, like, how the distance is between, like, us and, you know, the rest of everything else. But even still, it's interesting how sometimes it's like we hear this news and we're like, oh, thank goodness, you know, nothing like that could ever just pop up out of nowhere. And then, you know, all of a sudden...
are approximately 100 million of them out there in our galaxy that we know of. They are remnants of supernovae, which occur when stars 10 to 20 times larger than our sun collapse in on themselves. Stellar black holes are fairly common and are about 16 kilometers in diameter. And then there's the much larger competition. Supermassive black holes. These have a diameter roughly the size of our solar system and a mass greater than 1 million suns combined. One of them, known as Sagittarius A, is right smack dab in the middle of our galaxy.
I was about to say, like, isn't the middle of our galaxy, like, a black hole right there? So... Oh man, I can't even imagine if anything were to happen. Even though what's funny is they have said that we are somehow spiraling into our neighborhood galaxy, Andromeda. So it's kind of like I'm wondering what's all going to happen, or if, like, this black hole before we even get there would, like, just freaking like blow up, you know, get bigger and start sucking planets in. But yeah, it's good to know the dangers. They keep on coming, don't they?
So, how close would a black hole need to be a danger to us?
Do we need to ask that question? Really? I'm pretty sure, if I had to take a wild stab at anything, I'm sure that a black hole being, like, oh, right there, yeah, I'm sure we're all gonna die.
Well, technically, a black hole the size of a 1 millimeter pin could destroy us if it was close enough to Earth due to its incredibly dense mass and extreme gravitational pull.
Yeah.
Our survival all depends on whether we've surpassed the event horizon or not.
I don't know about you, but I'm really interested in that word from before. What was that? When they talked about the spaghettification? Was that what it was? Where was that? Hold on. Spaghettification, yeah, what the hell is that?
Tasty, cheesy, tomatoey way.
Oh, well, there it is.
Let's say you were a superhero and decided to fight the black hole head first. Well, your arms would be closer than your feet, causing your body to stretch out vertically and become more and more compressed. Let's hope your
Oh.
superpower is elasticity.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, so basically you would be completely stretched until all of your internal organs would just be... Yeah. Ah, well, now we know what that means.
For an average-sized stellar black hole, spaghettification can occur several hundred kilometers away from the event horizon. But for a supermassive black hole, physicists believe that this would happen inside the event horizon due to its size. Eventually, no matter what size it is, anything entering a black hole would be ripped into a
I mean, look at that. Isn't that crazy to think that, like, a sun could just go from being this ball of gas to just being slurped in, no problem. That's crazy. That's crazy to think about. That's insane.
to a string of individual atoms. This would happen to anything that crosses it. People, planets, stars, you name it. Unfortunately, our whole solar system would be doomed. The careful balance of the sun and our many planets would collapse, which could send them crashing into one another. And to add insult to injury, our asteroid belt would get sucked toward us. About 200 of the
552,894. Yeah. Yep. Chance of survival just shot up. Oh, absolutely.
552,894 asteroids we know of are more than 100 kilometers across. So, if one hits us, we'd be dead before we would turn into spaghetti. Frankly, I'm not sure which fate would be worse.
If I had to venture a guess, I mean, honestly, I would probably rather be crushed to death, to be honest. I do not want to be turned into spaghetti. No, feeling all of my internal organs just getting, just like that. No, I think I'm good. I think I'll choose the death by giant rock. Thank you.
All of the matter in our solar system would join the accretion disk around the black hole. As matter gets sucked into the black hole, it generates massive amounts of radiation, so even if we somehow survived all the asteroids, we'd likely die from the radiation.
Oh, great.
Believe it or not,
Perfect.
astronomers have discovered rare circumbinary planets that orbit two stars. While this may be a possibility with a black hole and our sun, the extreme tidal forces would likely make our planet uninhabitable.
Yeah, that's the that seems to be just our luck, right? Is like there is like no chance we survive anything. Everything just gets completely wiped out. Everything it gets like slurped in and completely destroyed. And only somewhere in the more perfect part of the far universe is something actually managing to exist around a black hole. Here, no.
And worse yet, we might get kicked out of orbit, or swallowed by the sun or the black hole eventually. Sorry, but there's not an outcome where we win here. But,
that's what I
and
figured.
this is a big but. Maybe we could find a way to protect ourselves in some hyper-reinforced space shuttle. If we somehow made it past the event horizon, we might be...
Actually, that reminds me of, like, you guys remember the movie The Core, where they got into the ship and they went to the core of the Earth, and of course they had to fix everything. So I don't know how they would do this. I don't know if ever they would have the time to do this, but like if NASA somehow managed to come up and say, oh yeah, big space, big black hole's about to swallow us whole, so we have to develop this like huge tin can to get us out in the vastness of space. I don't know. I mean, even still, to survive something like that, I mean, that tin can, it better not be a tin can, that's for sure.
For an even stranger time. Physics as we know it would change. Things like gravity, the speed of light, and even how atoms bind and react may be completely different. The truth is, we don't know what would happen. We can't get any information out of a black hole. Would we get pulled into another dimension? end up in a parallel universe? Or maybe we're already inside a black hole.
You know, there are some people that they do think that we might actually survive going inside of a black hole, but then again, that's too much of a risk anyway. So, as far as us already living in a black hole, I don't know.
What we do know, however, is that that's a story for another What If.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. That is pretty interesting. So, I don't know. I mean, but then again, I really do think that knowing our luck as a species, we're going to die. For real. We are going to be completely and utterly destroyed. 1,000%, no doubt about that. But honestly, it does make me wonder if we ever have any like mission to go inside a black hole if we haven't already, just to see what would happen to that device. Or I don't know. Maybe it would. Maybe it could get us to some other part of the universe. I don't really know. But again, that's quite a chance. So you never know. But cool facts. Can't wait to be turned into spaghetti. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. Do subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you on board. And, oh yeah, subscribe to What If, too. Absolutely. So, I'll catch you guys in the next one. And as always, I'm Zigil, signing off.